What's up, good people? Welcome and welcome back to In Real Time with me, Makaila. This channel is all about life in real time, what we are experiencing in real time, learning in real time, just our journeys in real time. I'm joined by my, I guess, you like part-time co-host. We're more than part-time, just not full-time.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. I'm just your assistant.
Oh.
In this particular environment.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll take that. Yeah, you're dedicated helper.
I appreciate that. You are definitely my big-time helper.
And with these conversations in real time, they are in real-time conversations. Mm-hmm. Normally, they're impromptu conversations where we say, all right, what you want to talk about? And we'll come together and say, okay, I might give an idea or she might give an idea or we may go to the Bible and get an idea. Mm-hmm. Whatever it might be, they in real-time conversation. So yeah. I think that's the basis of the whole in real-time movement, man, because it's a lot going on. I mean, and as long as you have time here on this earth, then you can talk about what you got going on in real time.
Facts.
So
yeah,
I'm excited to see what you do.
Thank you.
Within real time.
Thank you. So something that we are just experiencing in real time right now is we're parents. We got 2 kids. We've been married for 7 years. I don't think we said that if you don't know.
Yeah.
So we have been learning this parenting journey as we go.
Yeah.
And learning what works, what doesn't work. Learning our kids as they grow year by year, because they're in that age and stage where like something changes about them all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's like the minute you think you got something mastered, it's like they grow out of that stage and they're in the next phase of, even if it's like 7, then it's 7.5, and then it's 3 to 4, then it's 4 to 5. Like it's just ever changing and ever evolving. And so we just wanted to sit down with y'all and just talk to y'all about, you know, real time life with our kids right now. And yeah.
It's an eventful time right now.
Yeah.
Son is about to graduate. I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
He'll be graduating in about a week now.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's going to be more happier, him or me.
I think honestly,
that'll be the last day of daycare.
He's going to be happier.
I don't know.
You're going to be happy monetarily.
I've been paying for daycare 5 years.
Yeah, you're going to be happy monetarily, but he's going to be happier from a legit freedom perspective.
Yeah, he's going to have a better life, a better quality of life. Did not have to go anywhere in the morning or get up and do whatever that may be.
Yeah.
But so will I.
I wanted to, you said what? So will I?
So will I.
I want to ground us in a scripture that we've all heard before.
I think I know what scripture you're about to try to go to.
Which one?
Is it like raise up a child? That's all I know.
It's Proverbs 22:6. We have literally all heard it. This is basically what Tabb just said, but I'm just going to read it out of here. Start children off on the way they should go, and when they are old, they will not turn from it. Train up a child in the way that they should go, so when they are older, they will not depart. I think we all know that verse, and I think that we've all heard the saying, like, that child don't have no home training. You know what I mean? Like, and so while this is such what some people may consider cliche, is so wise because it is just the truth of the matter. Start your child off right, so when they are older, they'll know how to navigate life.
Yeah.
And that's in everything: regulating emotions, finance, eating habits, exercising. Like, it's in everything. Discipline. Like, we are the ones that are molding them with the help of God to like be humans in this world. Yeah,
absolutely. I think kids in general, right? Like, kids get one childhood. There's one thing that I live by and you've grown to live by. Like, kids are only going to be kids once. And in that childhood, I think all the things that they learn, if they don't learn it from you, they either learn it from someone else or they never learn it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like intentionality behind this parenting thing has to be the basis of it all. Like, you got to be intentional about what we teaching them, intentional about how we trying to get them to regulate their emotions, intentional about the things that are important in their life, intentional about a whole bunch of stuff that we haven't even grown to even, get to because they only 7 and 5 so far. So when they 9, it might be some new intentionality things that we need to teach them. When they 12, in general, and I think that that's an ongoing thing that'll never stop, even when they like 38.
Yeah.
They're gonna still have new things that come along, and we got to be intentional about teaching them or passing that along to them.
Yeah. Being examples, being role models. So not just saying things, but like letting them see your life in real time, like letting them see your actions in real time. So how you gonna tell a child, don't raise your voice at me when you raise your voice at them all the time?
Yeah.
They're looking at you like a hypocrite, and that's why kids don't have, I feel like kids sometimes don't have respect for their parents, because it's like, child, how you gonna tell me to do something that you're not doing? And and we would feel like, because I'm your parent, but at the end of the day, they're not respecting us because we're hypocrites. Yeah. We're asking them to do things that we as full grown adults can't even regulate and do.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. We got to be the example that we want people to see.
Right.
And those people, meaning our kids.
Our little humans.
Yeah, our little humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, grounded in that, from a scriptural perspective, there's a ton of scripture about raising up your kids, and it tells fathers, do not provoke your children to anger by the way you treat them. Rather bring them up with discipline, instructions from the Lord. Is another verse. Spare the rod, you spoil the child. Disciplining your kids. And so it's a lot of, wisdom in terms of practical things you can do to raise your kids. But what's going on in real time with our kids right now? What are we working on with them?
Well, I think one of the things we're working on is the technology aspect of it. A while ago, I was reading an article about the people in Silicon Valley and how they don't even allow their kids to be on the technology that they sell or that they mass produce to the masses. And I found that interesting. Not that I did anything about it at the moment when I found it interesting, but as of lately, we doing a little experiment where they've been on iPads for a good little while. Now they're doing a whole month without iPads, and they coming up on that at the end of that month, right?
We did just the month of April. I know. Like, I don't want to give them back.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, they almost done with that month, and they almost out of technology jail. But the change in their behavior during that 30 days is astounding.
So let's
if
backtrack.
I could say a word.
What led us to that decision to feel like we needed to take them away? And context, they only had them on the weekends anyways.
Yeah, so they only had them on the weekends. When they would come home from school, almost immediately when they come home from school on Friday. Immediately. My boy be asking me like, hey,
in the car, maybe?
What can I do?
What can I do?
Nothing. Talk to me. That's what you can do.
Right, like, how was your day?
Yeah. So they were doing them on the weekends, and their attitudes and like their behavior, not before they get on it, but once they get off it, it's something that I've never seen before. Sometimes I ain't even recognize them. I'm like, I would just look.
You'd be like, is this the same child that I just had all week?
If you don't...
Right.
What if you don't go for words I can't say? And I'm like, bro, you tripping. Like, what happened? What was going on? And then I think we both sat down and was like, you know what? Okay, I see what's going on. I think it's an iPad. Whatever you do when you get off, you start acting like this.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that it's this.
Right.
So we're going to take this and we're going to see if that was the denominator that was causing the ripple effect of your
the mayhem,
downward spiral in behavior.
Also, for our daughter, it really also was not just the iPad, but also the YouTube kids and stuff. Yeah. We're following all these families who do all this extravagant challenges and buy their kids not even buy, they get sponsored toys, you know what I mean? But it's just creating this false reality that other families are living like that. And so then she get off of that and she looking at us sideways, asking me to go buy all blue food so we can do a 24-hour challenge. You know what I mean? Small stuff.
And we like, bro, for what?
I'm like, and I told her,
where does it come from?
I said, Parker, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not saying that these parents don't play with their kids, but they're getting paid millions of dollars. Okay, they're gonna do it. They're gonna roll around in Play-Doh if they got to.
Yeah, and they don't even talk. They be on that. That's the weird part about it. They ain't even talking. They just be making weird noises and
they're grown. And they're big kids now. So I'm like, what is this? And I might look up and see a dad in a diaper with a passy. I'm just like, this is weird.
Yeah, it's some crazy.
It's just
stuff
weird.
Then they want me to be in a with a pass in a diaper. And I'm like,
Right.
bruh.
I'm not doing it. We're not doing it.
And now I'm the worst daddy.
Now we the worst parents
Nah,
ever.
it ain't fun.
Now we not. Yeah, it's like the comparison thing, but it's like not even comparing to another reality. It's like comparing to they're putting on production shows, but then for our son is more so like he's more so into gaming. So even if he did watch YouTube, it was all about games.
Yeah.
And so like they had different like she would act more like she would be okay with getting off the iPad if she wasn't on YouTube Kids.
Yeah.
If she was playing the game, she'd be fine. But our son, whatever he doing on there, he's going to act a fool when he gets off, and his whole entire mood is going to change. Another thing that I think was eye-opening too was learning that because iPads are so new and all this stuff is yet to be fully studied amongst the kids who have grown up on these versus us. We didn't really get introduced to internet on our phone and all that until we were 18 years old. Brain had already almost fully developed. But there was a study that came out that kids' brain patterns show the same level of addiction to technology as it does a heroin addict, if not worse.
Yeah.
And so that was just so eye-opening because like we as the parents are the ones who introduced them to iPads. So we've made them addicted to a device, but then look at them sideways when they act a fool when they get off. They're addicted to it.
Yeah.
They're going through withdrawals and they're not on it. As soon as they know they can get it, they want it.
Yeah.
And it was just, we had to make a change. We just had to make a change.
Yeah, a big change.
And I don't want to give them back in May.
Well, they probably not even going to get them back. They ain't even
asked
asked for them. You know, and we also have found like alternatives, I think, that I'm seeing would be more that are beneficial and that are fun to them. Like we went outside and played basketball with them.
Yeah.
I think they had a lot of fun playing pickup basketball, trying to beat me. So P, you know, I think she's in this last month, she's grown a big interest in basketball. If you notice that over like the past month, like she watching Juju Watkins, you know, on the basketball court. She want to go outside and play basketball anytime that she see a basketball, she want to pick it up, and this is an outdoor activity. She also got a bike, so she will go out there. She want to ride bikes. She want to go on walks. She want to do a lot of stuff outside now.
Yeah.
Because that's what the fun is.
Reintroducing fun to them.
Reintroducing fun in a different way. Not even in a different way, I think, in an old school way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's taking it back old school, is allowing kids to use their imaginations again. I saw something where it was like kids just legit don't know how to be bored anymore.
Yeah.
As parents, we continuously shuffle them entertainment. We fill every single idle second with something to do.
Yeah.
So of course they're going to come to you and say, what can I do? What can I do? Because we always giving them something to do. And it was just saying like kids don't know how to be bored. So not knowing how to be bored is limiting your ability to imagine. That's all we used to do growing up was imagining. Like use our imagination, turn a box into a rocket ship. Now the first that they got their iPads taken, and you do got to be more intentional as a parent. Like it's going to force you to spend time with your kids, which we should be doing anyway.
For sure. Yeah.
It's going to force you to put your phone down. It's going to force you to be intentional about now just playing with them, not every second, because still they need to be bored. But I remember the first day they came home with no iPads, they had literally like 10 blankets. Remember, every pillow off of every bed, and they created this slide going down the stairs, and they had to have played for like a whole hour.
Yeah, for sure.
And like when I peeked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, it is a mess everywhere. But then like perspective was like, yeah, they're kids, they're using their imagination and they're having fun. And and in this moment, okay, boom, teach them how to clean up. Let them have fun.
Yeah, they definitely had fun.
They had so much fun doing that.
It's the intentionality piece of it, you know. And to your point, you did say something that's important. You got to be ready to spend time with them when they do that. When you take these devices, I think a big reason why we give them the devices is because we want our own time to be on our devices.
Or yeah, for sure. We want to be on our device.
I ain't saying in general, I'm just saying
device.
us as parents.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think you have to understand what comes with the displacing of the device from the kid. Meaning that they're going to be in your face trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah. So you got to be ready for it. You got to be ready to be a parent. But what's wrong with being a parent? There's
nothing wrong with being a parent. We've just been adjusted to lazy parenting.
Yeah. So
letting an iPad be that babysitter.
Yeah, so let's readjust parenting.
Yeah.
You know, and find fun things for them to do.
Right.
So.
And like just help them learn how to be kids again.
Yeah. Because they get how many childhood?
What?
Because they get how many childhoods?
Oh, one.
One
Yeah,
childhood.
one
So
childhood.
always remember that, man. Like, kids only get one childhood. You only had one childhood when you were little.
Mm-hmm.
So did I. And it's up to you to make it a good one or to make it a bad one.
All right.
So one thing I want to just kind of reiterate or spin back and go back and talk about is like home training and raising up kids. People may call it extra. You may call me extra. But I'll put together something and be like,
extra.
okay, all four of us, this is what we going to do. We're going to put your fork right here.
What?
I was just saying, like, teaching home training, being overemphasizing home training and things that you actually should do in a restaurant. We need to teach that at home, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like how to eat with a fork. You may think it come natural, but everybody don't know how to eat pasta with a fork.
Yeah.
Everyone don't know that if the noodles coming out your mouth, then you got to cover them up.
Yeah.
And let
I had to teach you.
Huh?
I had to teach you.
No.
In your grown up years.
I beg to differ.
You.
I won't even be eating pasta like that, but yeah. So I mean, stuff got to be taught. Stuff got to be taught.
No, that's the fact. I taught Parker how to roll her pasta up and
Okay.
put the whole thing in her mouth.
Not to eat wings with two hands.
Not to eat wings with two hands. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, because you don't need to be able to eating wings with two hands, like that.
Looking like a savage.
Looking like a savage, leaning over your plate and stuff like that. It's certain stuff that need to be taught at home that I wouldn't know unless somebody teach me.
For sure.
How am I supposed to know that's a bad thing or that make me look crazy unless my mom or dad would be like, bro,
Yeah.
stop.
Similar to, home training. We let our kids, well, we used to before we got a new couch, they could jump all over our couch. They could run around the house like crazy. But if you go to somebody else's house and you try to jump on their couch, especially people of a different generation, they are looking at you like your kids are out of control.
Yeah, you have to get them off my couch.
Get them off of my couch. Tell them to stop running around my house before they break something. But our generation is just much more like we don't take that stuff that serious. But it's even in that instance, it's not changing how they play at home, but it's like training them like, hey, we do this at our house. When we go to other people's house, y'all can't do that. We have had it now. But like when it happened for the first time, we just weren't aware. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't think to tell them, hey, you can't. Couches are actually not meant to be jumped on.
Yeah.
We just let y'all jump on ours.
yeah. They're not trampoline.
Right. I think another thing, just from, these are just like things that we experience and do. Look them in the eyes.
Oh yeah.
And just be on their level, so you're not like standing over them, talking down over them.
Oh yeah.
You did a good job at like always doing that from the jump.
Oh yeah. I think I might have read a book, man. Well, you remember that it was the daycare they used to go to. It was a guy that gave out free books. Yeah, and he was saying he gave a statistic saying that I think I don't want to lie or whatever, but it was a eye-popping statistic basically saying that a parent or a dad or a parent looks into their kid's eyes.
It was so low.
Like 1% of the week. Like 1% of the time in the week or something like that.
Yeah.
So like as far as like actually sitting down, looking in their eyes, talking to them, that happens like 1% of the week or whatever.
Was it for? It might have been for dads though.
Yeah, I think it was for dads.
I think it was for dads.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say dads.
Yeah.
So they saying basically we see our kids, but do we really see them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we see them running around and stuff like that, but do we really like look at them and say, "Hey, you all right? What's going on? Tell me." That really stuck out with me, and I think people probably won when I read that book, and I was like, man, I don't see why not. I can sit down and talk.
Yeah.
With them, because they enjoy that.
Yeah.
And then they want to play, then they want to jump on you. So, yeah.
I think it just puts you on their level, so it's not like that domineering, bigger person standing over them, disciplining them all the time. It's like sitting down face to face, telling them to breathe, calm down. Let's try to see what's going on. And some stuff get a little out of hand, and you don't have time for all that. Like you got to be more serious, and you do have to be more stern and disciplined. But I think it's just being intentional about having real conversations with them because they're real people.
Yeah.
They deserve like real life conversations to be had with them.
Yeah. No matter the age. I know we think that a lot of the times that they can't understand what we're trying to say or the message that we're trying to convey. I think they can, and we need to speak to them as such. Like, we can't baby them like from the start.
Just
Like,
speak
we
in full
always speak
sentences.
in full sentences. I ain't gonna say proper English all the time because sometimes I
Get a little ebonics.
yeah I speak a lot of slang here and there, but they understand my slang.
Nolan said, "Dad, what does hard mean?" Because I think Nolan had put on like a new outfit. And he was like, "Oh yeah, oh no, his Mario shoes." And he was like, "Oh yeah, that was hard. What does hard mean, Dad? What does hard mean?" Or something like that.
I'd be like, yeah, man, they nice.
That just means they're nice. That means they're cool.
They look good.
Yeah. You taught Nolan from a young age to look another person in their face when he speaks to them, or in their eyes when he speaks to them. You taught him how to walk up and introduce himself, shake a man's hand, hold the door for your mom and sister, come help me take out the trash. Like, you're instilling in him manly things already just from like those small little things.
Yeah.
And just teaching him the importance of speaking up. Remember, he used to like mumble under his breath a lot. And you're like, no, speak up. Like, say what you got to say.
Yeah.
Use your voice. Like, use your real voice. Because they'll try to talk in this little, like baby voice. And it's like, no, use your real voice. And we say that all the time to both of them. Use your real voice. Even with Parker, she's 7. It's like, use your real voice.
It was just, like small stuff,
things,
man. Even if you weren't taught it as a kid, right? Like, that doesn't mean that you can't, teach it to your son. Like, my son don't know how I grew up.
Right.
So he just know what I'm teaching him. He assumed that I've always been like that. He assumed that that's the standard of a man. Like, this what I need to be in order to be like or better than my daddy. I would just say fake it till you make it. Not even just fake it till you make it, but like certain qualities that that are not in yourself, like not in you as a person, that you feel as though would benefit your kid. You always want the best for your kid. So teach them that.
Yeah.
Even if you learning along the way, like, I could be learning the same quality I'm trying to teach Nolan. I can be learning to walk into a room with my head high and my chest out and to shake a man's hand, like to stand up to shake a man. I could be learning that myself.
Right.
But while I'm learning it, I'm gonna be teaching it to him too.
Yeah.
So he knows it at a young age, and he don't have to wait until he's 32 to learn it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just like picking up on qualities that you like from other people, or just like things that you were taught that that you can instill into your kid, because we mentioned earlier in the conversation, like they vessels, and they just soak up all the stuff that we bring to them, everything that we bring to the table, like they'll soak it up.
Sponges.
They sponges, and they'll take it with them. So, and
they really watching your every move,
for sure.
Whether you know or not. Like, they're watching your every single move.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They watch how you speak to other people. They watch how you interact with people. They watch how we treat each other.
Yeah.
They watch the difference in maybe how I respond to Nolan doing something and maybe Parker did. Like, they watch everything we do. And so not only just always talking to them about the things to do, like we said in the beginning, just being that model for them, being that role model for them. And so, like, some things don't have to be understood. It's just like, well, my mom always did this, or my dad always did this, or my dad taught me to do this, or I always saw my dad doing this. I always saw my mom doing this. I always saw, how my dad walked into a room and greeted people. Whatever the case is, like Tabb said, even if you're working on it for yourself, because I'm working on things for myself that I hope to be able to showcase to Parker so she don't have to work on them when she's my age. But at the same time, I can't just like say, well, okay, well, I don't know how to like do this, so I'm not gonna be able to show Parker how to do it. That's what you meant by like fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you can't cheat them.
You can't cheat them, and they just deserve. They just deserve so much. Like, they didn't ask to be here.
No, they yours.
And they ours. Parenting and just life in general, it just is all about, not all about, but intentionality is just such a big part in anything you do. And focusing on the right things, and focusing on spending more time with your kids, and paying attention to your kids' behaviors, paying attention to changes in behaviors, paying attention in their emotions, paying attention in the things that trigger them. It's just all about being an active parent,
being present, man, being present, and being present. Yeah. We're gonna make a video about these devices with the parents too.
Ooh.
And it ain't gonna be no bashing session or nothing like that, but it's just gonna be practical ways or reasoning behind I think the push for the conversation.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna take their device, then take yours.
Then limit yours.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. So we ain't gonna hold y'all too long.
Yeah. So practical tips.
Practical tips. What all did we discuss today, man? All right. First and foremost, limit. Just start off by limiting the use. I think of the devices with your kids, and then try to implement other fun things for them to do. While you take the device, I don't think you should just take it cold turkey. That'll throw a ripple effect in it if they used to doing it every day. So do that.
Yeah.
Just start taking away. Piece by piece. Say, okay, only you can have it on the weekend, or you can have it 3 days a week. Boom, and just see how they act.
Yeah.
And we ain't saying that we got the recipe because we still trying to figure it out, but it's been good, I think, so
really
far
good.
to talk about our experience. So that's why we thought we should share with y'all to tell our experience and what we came up with and what it looks like on the other side.
Yeah.
So just
what's
try.
some result changes that we've seen?
I've seen a better attitude. I've seen her manage. Well, not her. I've seen them manage their emotions at a much regulated pace, or than they have in the past. I've seen them actually be creative and do other things that are not technology related. I've seen them go outside. I've seen them actually want to be outside where I ain't even want to be outside.
Right.
From based off how long they want to be
Right,
outside. And
right.
I'm like, okay, all right. I've seen them want to draw more interest in sports in general or outside activity, which is all what we would like for them to do. And when they get inside, they've been creative as well in finding ways to.
And they still watch TV.
They still watch TV and stuff like that. I ain't saying take the TV, but so that also limit your interactions on the phones and stuff like that. If you're gonna take their devices, then take yours also.
Yeah.
Not completely, but put it down for a little bit and just be more present in the moment.
When you're around them.
Yeah. Be more present and have more fun because they kids, man. They get one childhood, so
and it's gonna be gone like that.
It's gonna be gone like that. So just do your best to make it a fun one, make it a good one.
Yeah.
And I think lastly, man, I'll let you close us out. You caught you off guard.
Yeah, you caught me off guard a little.
Yeah.
I think like another just thing to leave y'all with is maybe a few more, but for sure, like, pay attention to what is on the TV and what your kids are watching, because it's a lot of hidden stuff out there. It's a lot of things that are teaching them negative behaviors. It's a lot of things that are overstimulating them. And so just keep your eyes and ears open. Like, if you hear something that sounds a little crazy, just pay attention to what they're ingesting, because we just don't know how it can affect their behaviors and just all the things. So just be mindful of everything that they're playing, they're watching, what is exposing them to, all of that. Okay, I think a verse, so we could wrap it back up with what we started with, but Psalms 127:3, children are a gift from the Lord. They are a reward from him. And I think we should ensure that we are just viewing our kids as just true gifts. Like, they are truly a reward. God has given us the pleasure of being parents.
Yeah.
Everyone, unfortunately, can't have kids.
Facts.
And they are truly a gift from the Lord. They show you so much about how God loves us, because a parent's love for a child is unmatched, and you would do anything to protect that child from danger. You would do anything to make sure that child is happy. You would do anything regardless of what they do, because undeserving, you know what I mean? Like, no matter what they do, like, we will always love them. We will always be in their corner. And I think it has shown us how God loves us as his children and how much, he values us. And it has allowed me to just see God as a father more now, having kids. And just kids are a gift. Treat them as a gift. They're treasured. They're only going to be kids for a hot second, and you don't want to look back on their childhood and realize that we didn't spend any time with them. They were on their phones the whole time. We were on our phones the whole time, and now they're gone. Now they're 18. So I would just say, always remember they're a gift from the Lord, and train them up in the way that they should go. So when they're older, they're just equipped for life. We hope y'all enjoyed this convo. It's what we got going on in real time. So we thought we'd sit down and share it with y'all.
Yeah, for sure. Hope y'all enjoyed, man. Hope y'all took some away, man. Look forward to continuing the discussion
Yeah.
Because if we're going to take their phones, then we got to take ours too. All right?
All right.
All right. Hope y'all
Yeah.
ready.